Angeles Coliseum that we are at today to announce the Super Motocross World Championship.
This might be the biggest news in the history of the sport in America. There have been two series operating on parallel tracks, but never truly working together as one sport. That's Supercross and Motocross. And now for the first time, the principals of those series have decided to work as one to create the Super Motocross World Championship, but also to keep their existing championships intact, as the fans have come to know and love over the last 50 years.
What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosman from Motocross Action Magazine, and today we are at the LA Coliseum here in downtown Los Angeles. This is actually my very first time here, but this is where the sport of Supercross was really birthed. It was birthed in Southern California. We say Anaheim, it was birthed there, but really the first ever one was right here in the LA Coliseum, 1972. They had races here for a long time, and then in 1999 was the Summer Cross race, and that was the last official Supercross race in this stadium. They've had X Games here a couple times since then, but now Supercross is coming back to LA Coliseum. We are at the press conference for the new Super Motocross series. It's a big day. They're announcing the schedule and they're announcing more details and hopefully answering a lot of questions that we have about this new series. Feld, the entertainment, the Supercross promoters, and MX Sports, the outdoor national promoters, they're going to be working together, combining the series, and the whole goal of it is to pay the riders more money, produce more hype for both series to get a better TV program for the series, and overall just to make things more unified and help grow the sport of Supercross and Motocross together. So a lot of questions are still up in the air at this moment, but we're about to dive into the press conference. We're going to learn a lot, and we're going to recap it all for you guys in this video, all about the new Super Motocross series and the history of the LA Coliseum. So a lot of questions have been answered about the Super Motocross World Championship. A lot of stuff going on. The big question that nobody's talking about today is, did this come about because of the FIM World Supercross Series that's going on right now? Talking to the Feld, talking to MX Sports, they say that they've been working on this since COVID, since really the whole world took a stop, and they decided they had to work together for Supercross to finish out their series and for Motocross to finish out their series a little bit later in the year. So that partnership of working together through hard times built up a new relationship between Kenneth Copeland and Kerry Coombs Russell.
We talked to everybody in this process to get feedback, to get input, and from riders, from our sponsors. We wanted to have everybody be a part of this.
Feld Entertainment and MX Sports, they worked together through the COVID pandemic and got out of it, and they decided, hey, how can we get a TV program that'll be the same for Supercross and Motocross, something that can be just easy, so we don't have to pay 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 different TV streaming options. Nobody wants to pay a bunch of money to watch Supercross and Motocross. Everybody wants to be able to have great coverage, and we all know that Peacock has done a good job of that when the races have been on Peacock.
I'm excited for what they're bringing to the sport. The streaming package, just the amount of money that's there for that 3-race series is phenomenal.
And in general, with the SMX World Championship, what I'm most happy about is the unity between Feld and MX Sports. There's one vision, one goal, and the playoff situation. I can't think of any sport or that has a playoff scenario that doesn't work. I think we all can sit here and agree that all playoffs are a lot of fun to watch. It's intriguing. To Jeff's point, the Peacock announcement is massive.
For 2023 and beyond, Peacock is the streaming service that will be streaming all of the Supercross races, all of the Motocross races, and the 3 playoff races, 2 races that are still to be determined, and then the season finale, which is going to be right here at the LA Coliseum. So that is a huge plus of the combination of the 2 series. Talking to Feld and MX Sports, a good reason for combining and creating a playoff, creating more races, is to keep fans engaged all year long. In order to get a big TV program like they have now with Peacock and USA Network showing some races on TV, and then NBC showing races on TV, in order to get good sponsors, good advertising, and just an overall good program, they have to have that playoff and something to look forward to at the end of the season.
The Super Motocross Championship, a lot of money on the line. You kind of have a chance to yeah, to put yourself in a better spot. It motivates you to come back and do your best, and I think that's really exciting for everybody, and it's going to keep a lot of eyeballs on all the races, even kind of towards the end of the seasons.
Also, by stringing the year out from January all the way to October, they're creating a longer season and something that people will be able to follow for a long time. So those are kind of the reasons why this partnership came about, and the reasons why we have this Super Motocross World Series. I gotta admit, that's not the best name in my opinion, but we're all getting used to it. Everybody's learning it. Even the riders today, they said that they only got a briefing on what this is all about 1 hour before this actually happened. So it's all brand new to everybody. Things are still being determined. The 2 rounds of the playoffs that haven't been announced yet, those are going to be in some completely unique locations, so we're looking forward to hearing about those. The big news at the beginning was the $10 million purse. That $10 million purse is going to be spread throughout all of the races. Big boost to Supercross, big boost to outdoors, and then a lump sum of $5.5 million. It's going to be focused on the playoff races and the Super Motocross Championship. So big money. Dave Prater explained a little bit about that, but it's good news that 20th place overall in the Super Motocross playoffs in the 450 class. If you get 20th place, you get 25 grand out of the deal. So that's a big incentive for guys who are on the cusp of getting rides, on the cusp of making a living, to try their best to make it to the Super Motocross playoff finale and playoff season, because they're going to get a good bonus even if they finish last in that championship. So
being that Supercross and Motocross were able to come together and present something like this, it's very unique. It's what the sport needed, like Ricky said, and it's going to come down to clutch performances.
Good format is it really puts the riders in a position to have to perform both Supercross and Motocross, and why is because at the end of the day, the more points that they can accumulate, they're going to go those 2 playoff rounds sitting in a really good position. And at the end of the day, I think segregation between the 2 series wasn't a good thing. You know, I think as a whole, we are all as one.
A lot to learn, a lot to pick apart. You can check out the full schedule on motocrossactionmag.com. We got everything that is set in stone from Supercross to Motocross to the season finale. Those two to be determined races, we got the dates for them, but no locations yet. They say that they're going to be in some unique locations that neither series has been before, so that's cool. 1 East Coast, 1 Midwest, and 1 right here at the LA Coliseum. So we hope that this answers a lot of you guys' questions. I still have questions myself, but I'm happy to hear that our sport is getting a boost in purse, and I'm happy to hear that we're going to have one consistent TV program and online streaming service to follow the series all the way throughout the whole year. So interesting stuff, learning a lot, looking forward to upcoming races. Stay tuned, motocrossactionmag.com for more about this series, for more about other series around the world, and also Red Bull Straight Rhythm is coming up quickly. We'll be there covering that. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you at motocrossactionmag.com sometime soon.